I got lotion over here. I'm over here can y'all hear me? Am I there? There we go. You can't hear my game though. Okay. The thing that I need. Alright. Here, move this closer to my mouth so you can not avoid the frequency of me speaking. No. No. I'm gonna go talk to people. Oh, great. Alright, I gotta switch to the other one. What? Alright, back to it. I'm gonna go trigger Eddie's quest real quick. I've only looked up the triggers for it. So I'm gonna go get one. Oh, and apparently there's a companion here. Where? I have no idea. Alright, where's Novak?
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
What is it?
Oh. Oh.
So, you're back. Thanks.
Can of beans.
We won't go quietly. The Legion chain link fence perimeter is worthless. We might as well be defending it.
You lost?
That was blinding out there. Feels like I've been staring at the sun.
What can I help you with? They weren't...
There we go. That should do it. You're breathing.
Yo. Adios, amigo.
Gross.
What is it? Damned if...
Out there. Feels like I've been staring at the sun.
Hey. I need Veronica. Where the heck is Veronica? Ooh.
I still can't believe how you ran through that artillery barrage.
Sorry, no time to talk, outsider. Saw you coming a mile away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, Eddie.
Mother Pearl's instructions are clear. You can move freely around. These are extraordinary privileges. Don't abuse them. Long story short, the power failed a few days ago because giant ants have tunneled into the generator room and set up a nest. I led a team down to exterminate them, but there were so many of them. We lost. 2 killed, 3 wounded. Personally, I think it's more than a savage can handle. But if you want to kill those ants and switch the power back on, feel free. Don't get my hopes up. One other thing. The ants must be eating gunpowder from the munitions down there, or something. They exploded when hit by a flamethrower. One of us was using a laser pistol. Same thing. Bullets seem okay. Just don't hit the artillery shells. Loyal's been working on some kind of weapon to use against them. Maybe you should check with him.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
I know Mother Pearl is letting you wander Nellis as you please, outsider, but I have patients to tend to. I have 3 patients here who were gravely injured fighting those giant ants in the generator building a few days ago. I've stabilized their wounds, but they're in bad shape. what you say is true, you can do us a world of good.
Oh, they have Pip-Boys.
That was some fine doctoring. I could learn a thing or two from you.
It's my medicine. Ooh, don't have that.
I thought that man was done for, but you brought him around. Hello.
What if I attempt to shoot him?
Yes, outsider? Sorry, friend. We really don't have a need for wasteland currency around here. We produce most of what we need. There's still patient...
I hope Pearl knows what she's doing, letting you wander around Nellis as you... I started building a sonic emitter that might do the trick, but it's useless. Hot damn, you're right! It's a matter of boosting across those thresholds, not exact amplitude. You're smarter than you look. Just so happens I was testing it at 24,000 hertz, so it should be good to go. Place it near their nest and cross your fingers. Signal's too high for people to hear, so no harm done. But it might make you feel sick to your stomach.
Oh, can I take a question from him as well?
I don't... What is it out... If that's so, how about you look into repairing the... Nothing too complicated about it. You can't miss the... Are you talking about that damn bright light we've seen blast off to the south? If they've got the... All right. No. Well, if you genuinely care so much, they're flight simulators. If you don't know our history yet, you should see Pete and get the tour. We dreamed.
Interesting. There.
You're the outsider. Mother Pearl sent word that you'd be stopping by. You must be eager to hear the story of our people. Me? I'm Pete, keeper of the story.
Ooh.
I know I seem kind of young. I was the apprentice keeper of the story until a couple months ago. But old Keeper Don, well, whiskey and landmines don't go together. So it's up to me. I bet you want to know everything about us.
Sure.
Wonderful. I'm sure you've noticed the mural on the wall of this hut. Excellent. Imagine you're the first outsider to ever hear our tale. Ages ago, long before I was born, we lived underground. Everyone had guns, but the overseer wouldn't let us explode anything, not even a hand grenade. We left and wandered the wastes. There were savages with knives. We blew them up with frag mines and grenades, burned them with flamethrowers. It was neat, but there was a downside.
That's
For
fun.
every 43.6 savages we killed, we lost one of our own. We needed a new home. We needed Nellis. Here Here we have prospered and multiplied. Here our mighty guns destroy any savages who might try to harm us before they can even reach our gates.
Nice.
Well, until... But... Not saying you want to harm us or you're a savage, but anyways. Nellis has revealed many secrets. It has taught us how to fly the bombers once based here, and it has taught us where to find one. And that is our story so far. For this last image is our future. To restore the bomber, to fly the open skies in armored safety,
Nice.
raining high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages. This is our destiny.
Nice,
I'm pleased
man.
that you listened to the entire story. Perhaps there are details you'd like to know more about. How can I help you? Gosh, there's a lot of folk. Over at the work... Don't get blown up.
Thanks, Pete.
You're back. Wonder... If you're interested...
Why did I get infamy? Or are those freaky deaky bugs? Oh, okay.
So you're the outside. I always thought you savages probably spoke a different language. But I hear you sound like us. Me? I work with Loyal. Mostly electronics work and robotics. Loyal's a great man, but he's getting on in years. So a younger's gotta learn everything he knows. That'd be me.
I see.
The man knows how to fix and build just about everything that was ever made. It's not easy keeping up with him. If you help him recover the lady, I figure... Oh, I figure it's been a nice day. Yeah, a real nice day. Did I say that? Sometimes I just say stupid things. Pearl will tell you when the time comes. I mean... Hey there. What I could use is some scrap. That must be nice, sharing yourself like that. Oh, you can't miss her. You'd really talk to her for me? What if she gets blown up? Oh, jeez. I better just let you handle it. I'm better with machines. That would be amazing. As in, I would thank you forever.
Oh, there we go. Never mind. Aw. I see. And picked clean. Darn, man. And bada bing, bada boom. Where am I? Whoa, is that a mini nuke? Please tell me there's a beautiful, glorious fat man in here. Come on, if you got mini nukes in here, you gotta have something. That may include a fat man. Nope. Too bad. Hey, I leveled up. What was it? Darn. And boom. Come on, there's nothing in here. Eddie. I should go tell Pete, or not Pete, I forget his name. Honest? Loyal, sorry.
Hello, outside. An impressive piece of work. I'll keep that in mind if jobs come up in the future. Later.
Hey.
I see the power's back on. The ants are all dead. Maybe Pearl is right about you, because I don't know how you pulled that off. I'll tell Loyal to send someone down to clear out the eggs and repair the generators. Good work.
Morning.
Hey there. Here's the rest of the payment I promised you
Hey,
back in Good
Ringo.
Springs. Alice McLafferty runs the Crimson Caravan. You can find her over in the main office. I'm getting ready to run a caravan up towards Utah. There's a town called New Canaan which is supposed to be pretty prosperous.
Cool.
The Crimson Caravan doesn't have any branches out that way, so it'll be up to me to get things started. I'll see you around.
Hey there.
I really have more important
Oh.
things to do. Sorry.
You should go talk to Blake or Alice. They handle most of our contact with visitors. I watch all sorts of things with my binoculars. Who wants to know? And why? Nice-looking blonde boy? I always wondered if he was watching me back. What's he like? Really? Oh, that's so sweet. I'd love to go meet him. Is there any way the Boomers would let me visit Nellis? This is so exciting. Let me know how it turns out.
And then go this way. Whatever. Dang, they're everywhere.
You have done well to earn... Well, well, this is welcome news. Who is she? She's with those traders? They've tried to contact us before, but I'm not interested in trading with greedy savages. This presents a bit of a problem. Jack isn't allowed to leave Nellis, and I doubt she would make it through the artillery alive. I suppose Jack deserves a chance at love. You can tell Jack she has a free pass to enter, but he is responsible for her actions. Do not make me regret this decision, outsider. Bye.
Bye, Pearl.
Really? So we may see our dream of flight soon.
Maybe, man. I don't know. Don't ask me. Hey, buddy. Good news.
Have you seen her? The redhead... She does? You mean it? That's incredible. What happens next? Can she come here? How do we make sure she doesn't get blown up? Should I talk to the gunners or to Pearl? Here, take this boomer outfit. I'll let the gunners know she's coming, and not to shoot at her.
So hey, buddy. Here you go.
Hello again. How's your boomer friend? I was hoping you would. What's going on? Have they agreed to my safety yet? There's one more thing. I have a work contract with the Crimson Caravan, and if I walk away, I lose the wages they owe me. Could you do just one more thing for me and talk to Alice McLafferty about it? I know if I do it, she'll just say no. I'd hate to lose the money.
Sure.
That
why not?
fiend leader shouldn't have messed with our great army.
I won. I killed the king. They should have messed with me. Hi.
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New Vegas branch. What may I do for you? Ah, yes. Her infatuation with a boomer she's never met. It's a small camp. Word gets around. She's aware she's breaking her contract, which is undoubtedly why she sent you to talk to me instead of coming herself. Janet is free to leave, but she forfeits the wages she's owed. That's the price of contract breaking. Take it or leave it. Intriguing. Janet puts in a good word for me, and the Crimson Caravan gains exclusive access to the boomers. Yes, that works for me. Janet will be paid what she's owed. Consider it a gift. Welcome back. Most merchant companies, successful merchant companies rather, have them. It can be inconvenient to replace employees on short notice. The contracts keep employees around for a specific duration of time, after which they get paid. After their upkeep and expenses are deducted, of course. Food, water, living quarters, medicine, and clothes, just the basic stuff. It all comes out of the company's coffers. Yes, and they have been for decades now. The hired hands know what they're signing up for. We don't hide anything with fancy talk. That's because we are. We always pay up when the contract ends, though. Won't stay in business long if you've got a reputation as a cheat.
Agreed.
All right. Is there anything else I can do for you? I'm afraid we have no current openings for caravanners or guards, but I am in need of a runner. Deliver this invoice to Dr. Hildern. You can find him somewhere inside Camp McCarran. Certainly. The Crimson Caravan Company has been in business for over 130 years. We're partially responsible for the progress in the NCR. Well, the gunrunners continue to dominate the weapons market, and the Mormon traders from New Canaan control the majority of the northern routes. Normally, I oversee company operations at the hub in California. However, the New Vegas branch has been underperforming in recent years. Given the conditions here, it's not hard to see why. I'll change all that soon enough. All right. It's been a pleasure.
Morning.
Morning. Oh.
Hello there. Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company. How can I help you today? The name's Hostetler, Don Hostetler. Can I help you with something? I already told... You know, hiring isn't really my department. You should talk to me. Like I said, talk to Al... Need anything?
Go.
Hello. Look, McLafferty's a hard boss, but she knows what she's doing. That's...
Hey,
Have you spoken with McLafferty yet? That's great. I can't believe you went through all this trouble for me. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello. Ooh. Broken. Below me?
Hey.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22? A mercenary, is that it? You won't be disappointed, I promise you. The Office of Science and Industry provides highly competitive benefits. And as an external contractor, your pay would be rather more competitive than those of our regular employees. But we should keep that to ourselves, don't you think? So, how about I tell you what we need, and then you can tell me whether you're up to it. No pressure, of course. Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible? Precisely. Science has proven that truth 1,000 times over. But how many wasteland savages believe it? Present company accepted, of course. The bounty I described to you is no idle fantasy. It exists in primitive form only a few miles from where we stand. We need only reach out and unlock its secret. For that, the OSI needs you.
Okay.
Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated. Very well. I hope you'll consider this an open offer. The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR.
Oh, nice.
The dam, for instance. OSI roots it. Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No. I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have. But I've found some promising leads. Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course. Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so. We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure. Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. Fortunately, we also have the Helios 1 facility. One of our external contractors recently got the station up and running. His name was something like exceptional or marvelous or... I see. Of course you did. To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have. Oh?
Subject E, diagnosis complete. Begin recording. My name is Whitley. I'm a researcher at Adams Air Force Base. Until recently, I was in charge of the Duraframe Reinforcement Project for the combat model iBots. iBot Duraframe Subject E is both the prototype and the last functional model in this test group. I was prepared to make several significant upgrades to the machines. However, as the project was canceled and all Duraframe assets are being diverted to Hellfire armor, I am sending this model to the Navarro Op. If you're listening to this log from one of our Enclave outposts in Chicago, give this unit whatever repairs it needs so it can continue to Navarro.
Okay.
A little busy at the moment. This? The OSI lab. We don't get many. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used. I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible. You mean give you work? No, that'd be up... Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of... I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research. Not the...
We spoke earlier, didn't we? From Alice. I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you? I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieve. Downloading the data...
Oh.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job? I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? No, wait. I don't mean to see any harm come to Dr. Hildern. Unless by talk, you just mean... Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead. I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it. Keeley's brilliant, an absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll... I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So, I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more. Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way.
Okay.
Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist, and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because... well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually. Head research.
I don't.
The director? He's... very well-spoken and... knowledgeable. He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a cold warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try... He sure does. Everyone knows it. But abandoning Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. If Hildern tries to recruit any more mercs, I'm gonna warn them. My father used to say good things about them, but that was years ago. Back when they teach farmers and ranchers about crop rotation and the like. Nowadays, they've changed. They're doing what they can. Dr. Hildern trained with them years ago. Not me, though. It's foul to tell the truth. Most people try to... Contreras is a genius. He can find almost anything you'd want. Takes caps to get him motivated.
Yes? Something else you needed? I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you? All right, I'll take you at your word. Williams didn't say anything at all. You just came to this conclusion on your own. No, you aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference. I'd have to consult my records. 8, 10... Your point is what? I have no evidence that they're dead. 1,000 things could have happened between here and the vault. They could have changed their minds and walked away. I wouldn't be much of a scientist if I leapt to conclusions without proof. You want certainty? You'll never find it. Take my advice. Forget about Williams. She's a talented researcher, but she doesn't understand people, and she can't see the big picture. Now, I know your time is valuable, so Yes? Williams is an admirable researcher. Williams has a tendency to feel before she thinks, not in the lab, but everywhere else. That might be forgivable if she kept her concerns to herself. Probably didn't tell you. No. The OSI hasn't been around for very... Before the bombs, I might have studied at any number of colleges, universities. They gave a man a chance to advance himself. But after the bombs, until a few years ago, anyone with half a brain had... Didn't matter if you agreed with them or not. You either played... Knowledge for knowledge's sake. A society of equals. They purport to be intelligent people, and then they spout this old-world dogma. Exactly right. Imagine what the followers could have accomplished if they were properly motivated, if they had a unified purpose. Those of us who founded the OSI, we wanted to put our knowledge to work, and we have to some degree. But the execs at OSI, if I can make real breakthroughs here, show the President what can be done when junior researchers are kept in line, kept focused on... Who knows? Maybe I'll be sitting in OSI Central in a few years' time, and there'll be no more coddling of free spirits like our friend William. To be frank, I have no... Oh.
What about cigarettes?
Anders showed up here not too long ago. I'm told you're the one who got him out of the vault. Can't tell you how relieved I am. Sending him on that mission was a mistake. That's probably true, but I wonder if I should have taken a different strategy. Although my options were certainly limited, with most of our forces tied up garrisoning this place. Regardless, what you did for Anders isn't something he or any of us around here take lightly. We're all glad to have him back. Thank you. There are a lot of things I can't spare troops for right now. You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing... Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week. I have Lieutenant Boyd on. Talk to her if you like. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building. Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands. Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak.
Okay.
I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in. Everything was going according to President Campbell's plan at first. We met minor resistance from local troublemakers, but our two main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the Strip, and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw. Could be better. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. That's a lot of resources that could do a lot of good for us. But that hasn't happened. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers, and we're stuck protecting them from the Legion. Not exactly the plan. Now we're trying to secure the Strip and the dam at the same time, and it's costing us. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers, because he doesn't want to risk losing our positions. So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river, planning. It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here, we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution, intel. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here. Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially concerning lately. It sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it, and see how it is that things could be so fouled up there.
Okay.
Bye.
rooms.
Boyd's in there with a prison.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place? Sorry, this is state business, what I'm working on. You'd have to do a lot more in... Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to... It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. Yep. See you around.
Right now. Boy, is she pissed. Patrolling the Mojave. Got business here?
Oh, you're kidding.
Are you the one that killed Motor Runner? God, that guy was a living nightmare. Evening.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis. Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago. You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. Well, I'll leave that to you. But I would recommend... Officially, it's a big base with a...
You're back. Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it. Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him. I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to. Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that. Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there. Just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally. Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing. Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Hello?
Oh, Jan made it back to Nellis. These are nice. All right, let's go see it. What? Some military time. So they usually enter at 1 and exit. Some notes say. the heck? What's the quest? So apparently walking there at 1:05 a.m. Mm, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Well, it's exactly 1:05 p.m. or a.m.
Hey, what are you doing out here at this hour? Yeah, I get insomnia pretty bad myself out here. I think it's the heat. Weird how sometimes it's cooler out here than it is inside. Well, I hope you managed to get some rest.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Trouble sleeping again, huh? Do yourself a favor.
my goodness.
Lupa, this is Frumentarius Picus. Over.
Go ahead, Picus.
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your primary mission, Picus?
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves the station. Over.
Over here! Go ahead, Picus.
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your primary mission, Picus?
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves the station. Over.
How long?
Couple of minutes. Over.
10-4. Keep us updated.
10-4. What are you doing here? You don't have clearance. Really? And how would you know where I'm supposed to be? I don't know what you mean. Hey! You like that?
Oh. We tried.
Something I can do for you?
Come on. What are you doing?
Yes? What is it? No? What happened? Curtis? He's been in the NCR long before our conflict with the Legion. There's just no way. I hope you're mistaken, but somehow I don't think so. It'd explain a lot. This is much worse than anyone expected. There could be others, too. You've done everything that was asked of you. You have my personal thanks for this. And I'll make sure you receive the credit you deserve.
Thanks. Now I want to torture people.
You're back. Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently. Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy. I like the way you think. Have I said that yet?
Not yet.
Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination. I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day. That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and... Long time no see, Celus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was. I I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm? You're nothing. You're some inept mercenary the NCR is paying to supplement its own incompetent soldiers. No, listen. Caesar's secrets are safe with me. I stayed alive because Caesar would have wanted it. I'm useless to him dead. I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. I'm a Centurion, for Christ's sake. I deserve his trust. You have to let this go. I'll disappear. No one will ever see me again. That was always the plan in the first place. No, that's not what I meant. Lieutenant, this man is trying to kill me. He's not who you think he is.
All that shouting. Honestly, Silus, you get free room and board. The least you could do is be a good guest.
Lieutenant, this man is an agent of the Legion on a mission to kill me.
My, we have an active imagination today, don't we?
Think about it. Is it worth the risk? You need what I know.
Well, it sounds like the two of you are becoming fast friends.
It'll be your head if I die, Lieutenant. You'll be disgraced.
You know what? I think you're right, Silus.
Of course I'm right.
Except, I don't care. Because it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to never have to hear you say another word, Silus. Carry on.
Lieutenant! You don't have to do this. You've made your intentions clear. The Legion has abandoned me. I've done everything Caesar ever asked of me, and this is how I am repaid. With assassination, I ambushed countless NCR patrols and wiped them out so that our operatives could move freely. I waited for him to dispatch us for 3 days, never questioning why the headaches he complained of would hinder his ability to command. I haven't breathed a word about the officer we planted here. He continues to radio intelligence to Caesar's camp nearly every night. I've proven my loyalty. All you're doing is killing a loyal soldier. If that's Caesar's policy, then I say his empire will crumble. What? What do you mean? No, you slimy bastard! Nothing I've said will change the outcome for you. No force can hold back the tide of the Legion. This camp and everyone in it will burn.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission. Yep, see you around.
Oh.
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you. There's an NCR emergency two-way radio. You call, and we'll come run it.
Thanks.
You're not alone out here. The NCR has your back. Stay safe and good hunting.
Appreciate it, friend. Fists are hot.
Hey.
If you're looking to buy or...
Nothing.
Trade routes, my friend. Trade routes. Just about every major town in the wasteland has a Crimson Caravan branch in it. Out here, we usually split our caravans into smaller bands. That way, we don't lose everything if they get hit. It's not very efficient, though. But hopefully, we'll be able to start running larger caravans once things get civilized. A little place in the NCR called Oak Creek. Used to be a farming town until it got taken over by ranchers. I didn't want to herd Brahmin for a living, so I signed on with the Crimson Caravan and headed east. Not much to tell, really.
And now you farm Brahmin for a living.
Need anything?
The Clafferty's been riding asses again.
Hey, McCaffrey.
Welcome back.
McClafferty.
Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
Sure.
As much as I like to handle matters personally, I can't be everywhere at once. There is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that I'd like resolved as quickly as possible. There's also the matter of Henry Jameson, an employee whose services I'd rather do without. His family connections make it difficult. And finally, I need someone to acquire the Gunrunner's manufacturing specifications. This job needs to be quiet. No alarms, no deaths. There's a small trading outfit, Cassidy Caravans, that I'm interested in acquiring.
Okay.
They've been rather competitive, so it's time to buy them out. I have it on good authority that the owner, Cass, wants out of the caravan business. Cass frequently trades with the NCR, so you'll likely find her at the Mojave outpost. The Jamesons are very wealthy ranchers back in Redding, California, and significant investors in the Crimson Caravan Company. I was pressured into posting young Henry as the manager of the New Vegas branch. As you can see, he wasn't exactly cut out for the job.
Yep.
He was much more interested in gambling and prostitutes. And because of his family, I can't simply fire him. Henry needs to be convinced to quit, one way or another. I won't have a useless employee on the company payroll. The quality of the Gunrunners' armaments is due to their manufacturing process. They craft all weapons on site.
Ooh.
I want to know the secrets of their manufacturing process, which means you'll need to find some way to get inside their heavily guarded factory.
And lots of
I
guns.
would greatly prefer that you perform this job undetected and without killing anyone, if it can be helped. Thank you. Was there something else?
Hey, pal. How goes the relations, my friend? Hey, nice outfit.
Thank you for getting Janet to Nellis. I've never been so happy in my entire life. Like I said, I can never get enough.
McLafferty's a hard boss, but she knows what she's doing, that's for sure. Thank you for getting me here. Jack is a great guy.
Good to hear. Hey, that's nice.
Good work with those.
I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. Yes, I do. Hey.
You have done well to earn the trust of my people, child. I believe the time has come for you to show your value in full. The people have come to accept having you around. Find Loyal and ask him about our people's fondest dream. He will tell you what to do next.
You got it?
Pearl sent word saying it's all right to tell you about the lady in the water. A long time ago, long before the war that killed just about everything that ever lived, a bomber crashed not far from here. A bomber was a flying contraption that could drop explosives down on anything it flew over. But anyway, moving on. This bomber crashed down in Lake Mead, pretty damn near intact. When we got to Nellis, see, I found this article in a magazine all about it. There was another B-29 around here, part of a museum. Couldn't fly, but had a lot of spare parts, see? Get where I'm going? Since I was a young man, I've dreamed of raising that lady from the lake and bringing her back to life. What do you say?
Sure, man.
It's at the bottom of Lake Mead. I'll mark its location on your Pip-Boy map. Simple. Attach deployable ballast to the plane and float it on up. Here is a remote detonator. Once the ballast is attached to the plane, just hit the detonator from the shore and let buoyancy handle the rest. Maybe you don't understand. Hasn't been one of us, not a one, to set a foot outside Nellis in over 50 years. You come along with your knowledge of the outside, and it seems the time's come to raise the lady after all. Good. Here's the deployable ballast. Go find the plane, attach the ballast, and hit the button. Might try holding your breath. If that doesn't sound good enough, talk to Jack. He was working on a rebreather once.
Oh.
I can take care of that robot problem for you.
A robot problem?
Just saying.
Don't talk to my friend. Hey, there's Jack. This is Lady. How nice.
Thank you for getting me here.
I've never been so happy in my entire life. I just need some parts from a pressure cooker to create a hermetic seal for the rebreather. That's a brilliant idea. I can put that together right now. Here you go, a new rebreather. Loyal's the man knows.
Jack is a great... guy.
I can't believe we may see the super.
Oh, I could go back to that vault. Nah, not yet. Oh, right there. Oh my gosh! Oh, there it goes. Shields. Oh my goodness. Good work.
What have you done? You like the sight of your...
What's wrong with my armor? Where's the multiples? And we're done. Oh yeah, settlement and vault. Happy birthday! You're dead. Mm-mm-mm. I love you. Yes, I do. Is that back soon. Oh, nice. Ooh, drugs. I don't even have a hunting rifle. Do I? Maybe a repeater? No. Don't care, I didn't ask. Got it. Wesley has micro. Crazy. Great name, bro. Is that a micro beanie? Ah, that's kind of a lame joke. Never mind. Okay.
You ready to die?
Oh. Where'd I get over encumbered from? Oh. Nice. Classy. Tasteful. Let's get these raiders out of here. Oh, this one's called Queenie. Bye, Queenie. I feel like Queenie would be an important one, so I'm gonna look that up real quick, just make sure I didn't screw it. Interesting. One second. I'm gonna switch position so that it's easier to hold on to the computer and do a bunch of useless gabagoo. Great, I hate the D drive. It's the dumbest thing ever in the entire world. Good night, everyone. That's probably way too loud. I'm so sorry about that. Good night, everyone. I'm gonna go to sleep. Bye.